welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Let's see if we can inspire you just a little bit more. Now, in the iconic words of the late Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. We need to see that change in this country, and helping to bring this vision to life today is young entrepreneur Sasha Taylor, the founder of Learn to Read and Learn to Lead, which is an initiative that empowers and uplifts young people, ensuring a better future tomorrow. Let's give Sasha a very warm feel-good breakfast show. Welcome to it. That's as much as we can muster at this time of the day. I wish we had a crowd of people, like hundreds of thousands of people screaming.
We're getting there. It's okay.
Well, we are kind of getting there, because this is a mission. It's not just a cool initiative. This is now becoming a movement. And it feels like the rest of the country is understanding that kids need access to literacy. This moment for you, though, as I understand it, you went to the Youth Summit in Parliament, which I know is a bit of an eye-opener, sobering, I'm sure, in many respects, but you had an epiphany there. What was that epiphany that led you down this path?
So I was invited to the National Youth Summit in 2018 by the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. And it was there where we sat with kids from all across South Africa, as young as 8 to 21 years old. And for me, it was in the moment where I realized when a 10-year-old child was asking for equal and quality educational opportunities. Now, for me, that's something a 10-year-old child should never have to even consider.
Should be a given, really.
Exactly. They should never have to worry about that type of thing. And it was in that moment where I realized Learn to Read, Learn to Lead needs to become bigger. We need to do more. We need to inspire more, and we need to create change, you know.
It's one thing when it's coming from one side of that dynamic. We all understand the need, so we're preaching to the choir here. You need the kids themselves to get on board. They need to be drawn into this. That starts with something as simple as the impactful artwork on the cover. This is your little baby that you're releasing into the world. You want it to look amazing. You want it to feel amazing. For those children, they must be transported. How did you go about the artwork itself to make sure that that was inclusive and kind of attracted the Rainbow Nation?
So I must say, I have no talent in drawing. So I did lean on my sister to help me with the illustrations.
Oh, I love it.
So we came about with Local is Lacquer. So we wanted to create a very South African setting within the book throughout both books. And that's why, you know, if you go through the books and the illustrations, you'll be able to see that it's set within the South African setting, and it's colorful, it captivates the kids. And with the storyline, I mean, the storyline is from a little alien that comes from out of space and lands in South Africa. So we try to really captivate the kids with the story, with the illustrations, the colorful artwork, all of it.
And I read a lot of kids' books. I've got 2 young children, so I understand there is so much that goes into it. And there's almost something about the added challenge of making something simple enough that a child can absorb it and connect.
Absolutely.
But there are very deep meanings. And obviously, this is effective, and you're wanting to empower and educate. How do you do that through the book?
So I think it's important to remember each book. So I say each book because we have 2 books. We have a 3rd coming out.
Yay.
The storyline in the beginning of each book focuses on very important social issues. So, for example, the first book is where the little alien, who's the main character, lands in South Africa, and he has to find his way around, and he navigates how to learn to read. And the second book is about, you know, teaching children how to handle with bullying, how to go through all of those aspects. And then at the back of the book is where the educational part comes in, where there's a lot of repetition for the sentence building, for the words, and, you know, children can actually trace the letters of the alphabet, and that's how we, you know, captivate them with the learning side at the end of the book.
And it'll keep it interesting for the parents as well. And there's obviously a tipping of the hat to the greatest of them all, Tata, in the form of one of the lead characters, which I absolutely love. I love this. Thank you so much for being a part of this rewriting of the narrative and making literature accessible to more. I think that is probably one of the most shocking indictments in South Africa at the moment, is our low literacy rates. And when more people are able to embrace these stories and see themselves represented, you are hitting the mark. So thank you so much. It's actually doing something really special this morning, and we're going to bring a little bit of that magic into your home, hopefully. We are running a very exciting competition in which you could win one of 3 sets of books from Learn to Read, Learn to Lead. And all you need to do is answer the following question. What was your favorite childhood book? That's an interesting one. Now enter by answering the competition form on our Facebook or our Twitter pages. You can find it there, really simple, and you could win. It's easy as that, and the competition closes at midday today. So please get on it as quickly as possible. Terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. And speaking of learning, we've got a little bit of a challenge coming your way. Myself and Jamie are going to be putting our parental skills to the ultimate test.